What's something only the rich could afford in the past that is now affordable by most? Sugar. Aluminum. It was an insanely expensive metal until the Hall-Héroult process was developed in 1886. Televisions have dropped 99.31 in price since the 50s. I'd also like to point out smartphones. Apple wasn't the first smartphone. They were popular, but thousands of dollars. My mom had one. It ran Windows. Pineapples. Fresh meat and fresh vegetables and fruit year-round. Computers. Books. Books used to be hoarded in monasteries and colleges. Now they are all you can eat and delivered on your phone. Just over 100 years ago, cars were the luxury item of the rich, while poor people rode horses. Now most people have a car and only rich people have horses. Purple clothing. In the past, purple dye was only available by smashing up hundreds of pounds worth of a specific species of snail, which were only available in certain parts of the world. The cost of a large purple robe would be somewhere between a high-end Lamborghini and a private jet, depending upon where you lived. This is why purple was the color of royalty. Before 1940, most people really had to struggle to find enough food. Nothing fancy, just flour, lard, salt, coffee, sugar or taro, and fish and coconuts, depending on where you live. Between 1950 and 1970 in the US, people had plenty of food, but it wasn't as delicious as it is now. Someone who didn't pay much attention to diet and health would drift into being healthy weight. It took a real effort to eat enough to get fat, so effortless obesity. Long-distance phone calls. When I was young, it was way cheaper to mail cassette tapes back and forth updating each other. Swords. Anyone can go online and buy a cheap sword with a sharp edge that will probably cut at least once. A sword used to be one of the most valuable things a family could own. I feel like airplanes. A few years ago only the rich could fly, now we can do it too. Running water. Spices. Purple. Indoor plumbing and hot water. Pineapples. In Victorian England, even the relatively well-to-do couldn't afford them, and you could rent a pineapple to put on display for a fancy dinner. Ever notice how many pineapples are in Victorian wallpaper and other designs? Diamonds. Lab-grown diamonds are crashing the prices. It'd be a shorter list of things the rich could afford in the past that still isn't affordable by most today. I feel like almost everything the middle class enjoys would have been only affordable by the rich when first developed.